The writing of this book took 3 years. 2 years in the actual writing, and then 1 year where it had to go to an international editorial review board to give their blessing to the University of Nebraska Press, stating whether or not they thought it should be published. That took the longest time because there was one editor that just procrastinated. Finally, they said, "We need your remarks on this book so we can go ahead with publishing or not." And he said, "We've had enough books about American Indians, so I don't want to see another book published." So they had to send it out to another editor, and that editor came right back and said, "Yes, go ahead with the publication." I'm going to very quickly, and I've timed myself on this, it only takes a minute if I do it fast, but it's the summary inside the cover, and it goes like this. George Blue Spruce Jr. is recognized as the first American Indian dentist in the United States. His life story reaches back to the ancient Pueblo culture cherished by his grandparents and parents, and extends to the state-of-the-art dentistry and the current needs of the American Indian people. Blue Spruce's journey begins on the Santa Fe Indian School campus with his parents' determination that their children would excel academically and obtain college degrees. After graduating from dental school, Dr. Blue Spruce planned to return to the Pueblos to treat his people. As it turned out, his destiny reached far beyond, from the wilds of Montana to New York City, to San Francisco, to South America, and back to the United States. In Washington, D.C., he presented the needs of American Indians to Congress and lunched with the president. Throughout his journey, Dr. Blue Spruce has traveled between two cultures, succeeding in mainstream society while keeping Pueblo tradition in his heart. Facing prejudice and conquering adversity, he reached the zenith of his career as director of the Phoenix Regional Indian Health Service and achieving the rank of Assistant Surgeon General of the United States. George Blue Spruce is the founder of the Society of American Indian Dentists and serves as an assistant dean at the Arizona School of Dentistry and Oral Health. I was this kid that one of the first words I learned in Tewa was Hanhunatumu. And that means, boy, is he fat. I was this fat little kid that had this low self-esteem, really, really shy. And this very important man came up to me right before my race, and he puts his arm around me and he says, "George, I know you're going to be a winner today, and I'm going to be rooting for you." And I looked at this man in awe and admiration. His name was Dr. Gaylord Renfro. He was a big dentist in town. And I said, "I want to be like him." And then I find out later that he was a dentist. When he finds out that I want to be a dentist, he befriends me and has me come to his office in Santa Fe and observe him treating patients. He was just a wonderful man in promoting my motivation. So the folks, the next thing is, let's go see a counselor. Our son wants to be a dentist, and let's get some instructions on what he needs to do. This counselor said, "Your mother and dad, George and Juanita Blue Spruce, you say they're cabinet maker, cook at the Santa Fe Indian School. You're an American Indian. Well, let me tell you, your folks will never be able to afford to send you to college, much less dental school. You know, Indians don't go to college, and those Indians that do go to college, they always flunk out. So maybe you ought to think about something that'll mature you before you think of college, like, why don't you join the service?" Well, my dad walked out of that meeting just in anger, And he said, just for that, we're going to prove that you are going to become a doctor.